Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's coffee is chocolate coconut from Aldi's. And it's going to be 37 degrees out today. It's hard to tell what it's going to do. It's just sort of a little bit hazy and cloudy, but no rain so far. So 37 isn't too bad. And hopefully there won't be any snow anytime soon. So today I have to carry on with my straightening up the living room. I still haven't done anything with those boxes. I just wasn't feeling it yesterday. But today I have to do something with them, so at least I can have some peace of mind that everything either has a home or is going out the door. So when I was growing up, my mom was always a super clean person. She was always cleaning something. And it couldn't just be cleaned, it had to be cleaned perfectly. Now, I don't ever remember having a ton of chores as a kid. You know, this is stuff she would do herself because nobody ever did it like she did it. So, because of that, I think I always feel guilty when I'm not cleaning. And trust me, I am not somebody that's cleaning all the time. I get over it. But that little nagging thing in the back of your head is still there going, oh, you should get up and clean something. So, but no, this apple didn't fall far from that tree. So anyway, no, that wasn't right. The apple did fall far from that tree. That's what I wanted to say. So, and I'm definitely not a perfectionist, at least I don't think I am. Although some people that procrastinate actually do it because they are perfectionists. And if they can't get to it and make it perfect, they don't do it at all. And I do procrastinate. That's one thing I do. But anyway, I'm not going to procrastinate about having some coffee. It's funny the things that we pick up as we're growing up, and then we don't know why we do what we do, but eventually we figure it out. So anyway, what are some of the things that you guys do that stem from your childhood? Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's have some coffee. Cheers. Oh, that's nice and hot and tasty. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sit down and finish this coffee up, and I will meet you at the budget book. Okay, here we are back at the budget book. Yesterday I did spend money. I bought a Christmas gift online from Amazon for my one grandson. He had a request for a Christmas gift, so I got that for him. And today I need to get some water filters for my refrigerator. So I'm totally out. I usually get a packet of, 2 or 3, but I use them all up, so today I'll be spending money too. So it's like a push now to get all the things bought that I need to buy for Christmas, whether that's food or gifts or things for my house. I've been trying to keep it on the down low for the decorating things. I'm not buying tchotchkes pretty much but I'm buying functional things for my living room right now. Well, some are decorative. I mean, I don't have to have Christmas pillow covers, but that's what I'm using to decorate with this year, so I did buy a couple of those. But that's okay. Come January, it'll be time to tighten the belt again, and I am trying to keep this holiday season on a low spend. You know, I'm not giving myself carte blanche to just go ahead and willy-nilly buy everything and anything that I've ever wanted. So, and I think we as humans need things to aspire to. If you always just buy everything and anything that you want, it gets to the point where you don't really appreciate things as much as if you have to do a little bit of homework and work in order to afford to buy something. At least that's what I think. So I'm going to try and keep the Christmas dinner at a reasonable amount of money. I will probably have to go to the store sometime within the next week or two. I got the majority of the ingredients that I'm going to use already, so that's okay, but some of the things that need to be fresher, I'm going to go ahead and need to go to the store to buy those. So anyway, that is my plan for the budget now in December. And I've already spent 6 days out of 10. So I don't have the best track record going on here, but I'm not going to be angry with myself because that was sort of pre-planned. So I'm trying very hard not to impulse buy and impulse shop and really think things through because of the decluttering process. They kind of have to go hand in hand. If you want to spend less, you have to figure out what you already have, and it kind of keeps you in line when you're getting rid of all this stuff and you see the money that you spent going out the door. It kind of makes you think a little bit about, do I really want to buy this thing? Anyway, it does with me. I don't know how it works with you, but leave me a comment below and let us know. So, all right, that's it for my budget book chat today, and I will be back in a little bit. 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Candy Paul. Day number 38. Look for hidden possibilities. Great opportunities come to all, but many do not know they have met them. The only preparation to take advantage of them is simple fidelity to watch what each day brings. Albert E. Dunning. Practical, simple wisdom teaches you to look for the hidden possibilities in places or things that others overlook. Most people see briars and brambles beside the path, but you discover the ripe blackberries that will make a delicious pie. The racks at the Goodwill store hold designer duds for pennies, if you know what to look for. Seek out the hidden possibilities in people, too. An awkward adolescent hides beautiful dreams in her heart. The old man next door may hide a heart of gold under his gruff exterior. You can discover possibilities everywhere if you have the eyes to see them. Look for the hidden possibilities in the life you lead today by paying attention to what others ignore or pass by. Well, this morning I'm working in my kitchen, and what I'm making here is some grounds, some veggie grounds. And what I did was, I like to use soy curls, but at the bottom of the bag there's always little tiny pieces of the soy curls. So I didn't want to waste that. So I'm turning that into like a ground faux meat. And what I did was I took a little bit of not beef bouillon. I used the Better Than Bouillon brand. Then I put in water and onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of taco seasoning, all to taste. And I'm just letting this all cook down until all the water is evaporated. And then I'm going to fry up the curls a little bit. There's also a little tiny pat of butter in here. You can use butter or margarine or whatever. Coconut oil, just to give it a little bit of a more like meat feel, or you don't have to put that in at all. But anyway, I'm cleaning out my refrigerator and I'm just trying to use up bits and pieces of everything in there. So I'll make a meal out of this. I don't know yet what I'm going to make, but it's a good way to use up the little pieces of the soy curls if you use those. Here are some more things that I want to use up from the fridge. I have a little bit of shelf-stable Dollar Tree, I think it was 1% milk or 2% left. I want to use that up before it goes bad. I have these two little French vanilla creamers from when my mom and I went out to breakfast a few days ago. And I have some chia seeds. I keep these in the fridge too. So I want to make a little chia pudding, but I'm going to make it in my little blender because I don't like the way the chia swells up and then you've got all those seeds. So I'm going to blend all this in a blender and then put it in the fridge and have a dessert for later. Just using what I have. Okay, in goes the milk. You can use whatever milk you have. So in goes that. And then in goes the creamer. That'll give it a good flavor. And I'm not sure how much chia seed to put in. So I'm going to put in not quite a tablespoon, like maybe half a tablespoon, maybe a little more. Okay, so that's that. I'm also going to add just a little tiny bit of salt that brings out the sweetness. Then I'm going to blitz this up and I'm going to taste it and see if it needs anything else. So I'll be back. Alright, so this will thicken up as it sits in the fridge and we'll see how it turns out. But at least I'm using up what I have, little bits and pieces, and that's enough for a dessert. So... and my not ground meat is coming out nicely. Show that to you. It's not quite done yet. I want it a little drier. But just using up the food I have, trying not to waste money, trying not to go to the store and buy more because I still have things in the house that I don't want to waste, that I'd like to use up. Okay, I'll see what else I can find as I'm cleaning out the fridge, because you never know what's in the fridge, right? Okay, my soy curl scraps are done. I let them dry out a little bit. They're very flavorful. Now what can you do with this, you ask? Well, you can make tacos with them, depending on how you season things. You can make sloppy joes. You can add it to pasta sauce. You can, the sky's the limit. Anywhere where you would use ground meat, you can use this. And if it's something like that you would make with ground turkey or something, you can use chicken seasoning with it. So the sky's the limit, and this is enough for a couple more meals, and it's not wasted food that normally would go in the trash because you don't know what to do with it. So get creative in your kitchen and you will save a lot of money. All right, well, here are my grounds. They're nice and cooked up. They're nice and chewy. So that worked out well. That was an experiment. I found a recipe. My mother-in-law used to make this years ago. My daughter makes it now too, and my ex-husband, okay, where was I? So anyway, she used to make Southern burgers, and these are the ingredients. Well, it calls for chicken gumbo soup, Campbell's chicken gumbo soup, which, of course, it's chicken, so it's not vegetarian. So I wanted to make a vegetarian version of it because I always liked it. So I'm going to MacGyver this recipe into a vegetarian recipe. For those of you that eat meat, this is the recipe, and this is only for 2 servings. So, but you can go online and Google Southern burgers, and it'll come up, I think, for 12 people. I don't know. Anyway, this is the recipe for anybody that's interested. And I don't have chicken gumbo soup, so what I do have is this Knorr vegetable soup. Now that you can use to make dips and stuff, but I had this in my pantry. It's been in there a long time. I want to use it up. So I have that. It calls for onion. I have half an onion that I need to use up. That's from the fridge. The meat, then it calls for yellow mustard and ketchup. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up this onion, and I'm going to saute it until it's tender. Then I'm going to add a little bit of this vegetable soup, maybe 1/3 of the packet, because this isn't very much grounds, and I don't want it to be soup. Now the chicken gumbo soup does have rice in it, which I don't have cooked up, but actually I do think I have some rice, one of those pouches things, so I think I'll go get that too. That's in my storage pantry, and I'm going to try and make a Southern burger for dinner. All right, I'll be back. All right, I just came up from my pantry, and I do have these seeds of change, quinoa and brown rice. I really like these. I like to keep these on hand for days where I don't like to cook or don't want to cook. Makes a really good side dish. It's great for fried rice too. So I get these at Costco. It comes in a pack. I don't know, it's $10, something like that. I don't know, I haven't bought these for a while. I've had these in the pantry. So I'm going to use some of this rice, and then of course the rest I'll use for other meals. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this prepared and make a delicious dinner. Because I have a lot of bread. I'm not going to eat this on a bun, but they say you can eat it on a bun or on more rice, whatever. So the talking hands are here to prepare the onion, and then I'm just going to combine it all, and Bob's your uncle. All right, I have my onions in here, and I saved some of the onion because I have some stale bread that I want to make some stuffing out of. If not today, then tomorrow. So the onions are nice and cooked. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this rice in here. Not too much because I don't have too much faux meat. So I'm just going to add what I think is appropriate for the amount of faux meat that I have. So if you have regular rice, go ahead and cook that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and add about a third of the veggie soup mix. And Southern burgers are really tasty. It's like an alternative to Sloppy Joe's. So I'm going to go ahead now and add some water. And this is instead of the gumbo. This is my MacGyver version. Oh, there she goes again. Alright, and then I'm going to add some of this yellow mustard. Now the recipe calls for an eighth of a cup. Yes, an eighth of a cup. So I'm going to go ahead and eyeball that too. And that is part of the sauce, so. And then an equal amount of ketchup, an eighth of a cup. And I can already tell I need more water in here. And then I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm going to add my meat. So that looks like it could have been a gumbo, even though it's not. And I already can tell I need to add more water, because this is going to cook now for 30 minutes. So I may need to add even more water. So in go my grounds. And there we go, and now I'll eat that on some bread later so that I can use up some of the bread that I have. Because now I got a loaf from Walmart from my last haul, and I have 3/4 of a loaf left, so I have 1 3/4 loaves of bread. So this is going to be enough for probably 3 or 4 sandwiches. And I'm going to give this a little taste. I think I need more water. Yeah, it needs a little more water. I'm going to turn this way down to low and let it cook. And when it's done, I'll be back. All right, well, my Southern burgers are all done. I'm going to dish these up on some bread. And let me give this a taste. Very hot. Very flavorful and a great alternative to Sloppy Joe's. So there you go. You can add green pepper to this if you want. Whatever you want. But the combination of the soup and the mustard and the ketchup is really, really tasty. So this doesn't have to be a vegetarian version for you if you eat meat. So I tried to keep the recipe close to what the original one was. But if you want to make this, just Google Southern burgers and it will come up. That's what I did this morning. And then I converted it over to vegetarian with what I had. I didn't want to buy anything. So, all right, I'm going to plate this up and I'll be back. Well, here it is, and I'm excited to eat this. It turned out really, really good, better than what I expected. So, use ingredients you have to recreate dishes that you may not have the ingredients for. And I'm going to eat this open face on some nice thick Italian bread from Walmart. And I'm going to do some day drinking. There it is. It's peach moscato. So I have an open bottle in the fridge that I want to get rid of. So I thought I'd have a little bit of wine with my lunch. Well, it's actually getting closer to dinner time. So I'm going to celebrate my recipe. All right, I'll be back after I eat this deliciousness. All right, I'm back. I just finished my, what do you call dinner lunch? I don't know. Is there a name for that? Well, anyway, that's just what I had. I had the Sloppy Joe Southern burgers, and they were very good. So sometimes I get surprised about how many ingredients you can actually interchange, and it may not be exactly like the recipe, but you come up with some really good food. So I'm still drinking my wine, so cheers. This time it's a real cheers. My favorite wine is just either Riscato, which is a red wine, or Costco had Santos, I think it was, wine. It was a sparkling wine that was a Moscato. And I'm so disappointed they don't carry it anymore. So I used to pick it up all the time when I went to Costco, and sometimes my daughter and I would share a bottle. I don't drink very often, but every once in a while, a nice glass of wine with your meal is nice. But yeah, they don't carry that brand anymore, and I looked online and I didn't see it there, and it was very reasonably priced too. So I don't know if they went out of business or they were bought up by another company, and I don't know, but very disappointing because it was really, really good wine, in my opinion. Now, some people, you know, I'm by no means a wine snob. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to wine. But I do know what my palate likes. So, anyway, but I'll try some other sparkling Moscatos over the holiday season, because I plan on having a wine bar for Christmas Eve. And I have a wine collection. It's not huge, but you know, it's several bottles of wine that I like to stock up on. So we'll see. Depends. I like a sweet wine. I know some people like a dry wine, but I don't like dry wine at all, except for cooking. It's good for that. So it's about 4 o'clock now, and I just ate my dinner lunch, and it was very good. So I do have leftovers yet. I still have an enchilada that I can eat tomorrow, so I don't have to cook now for a couple days because I still have enough for 1 or 2 servings of the Southern burgers, and then I still have a hefty enchilada that I can have for another meal. So I'm very happy about that. I won't have to stop what I'm doing to cook. So today I was in the cooking mood. To be honest, I was in the cooking mood because I didn't feel like decluttering. So I didn't. But I really have to get on that. Sometimes you just need a break. That's like yesterday. It was like, oh, I'm so done with this today. So I guess I just need a couple days break. But I still have those boxes sitting in my living room that I have to look through. But it'll get done. That's the only part of the living room that's kind of still a mess. But what are you going to do? You know, every time you change something, it like sets off a whole avalanche of things that you have to do. Like the new TV. I had to get rid of the armoire. I had to bring a desk down. Now I have the boxes sitting there. And it's the same when you buy something like new clothing, for instance. You know, you have to have room in your closet for it. So sometimes that sets off a whole purging process of old clothes. So, I mean, I've been known to stuff my closets really full, and I just got tired of it. So I've done a couple, maybe 3, 4 really big purges, but my closets are still really full. So that's a process that I work on 2 or 3 times a year. But yeah, every time you if you bring in a new, let's say, kitchen appliance, well, unless you're going to keep everything on your counter, you have to find a spot for it. So then that means you have to declutter 1 or 2 cupboards in order to make room for that new thing. And sometimes it gets really hard because the things you have, you may have already decluttered, and you have to make the hard choice of, okay, I cannot keep this all, even though I like it all, I use it all. What would be the best thing to get rid of so that I can maybe use this more functional appliance? So anyway, I find that's what happens. So I'm going to have another sip of wine. I'm going to go put my feet up and get my little heating pad out, and I'm going to say, okay, we're good for today, universe. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. And cheers! If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.